Entitled, baby.
I've been trapping all day, couldn't get away from my dope scale. I'm a cold stunner, road runner, you got no bells. More money, I need more sales. Make it hell, make it hell.
Speaking of Craig.
He said, speaking of crap, Weekend Warriors episode 19.
Hey, welcome back to the Weekend Warriors episode 19. We're here with Mictacion today. You know, he's a different type of artist than most of the artists we've had on here before. He definitely has his own vibe. He definitely has a lot of his own stuff going. So we're going to sit down with him today and just unpack everything he has going on. How you doing, bro?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good. Chilling. I'm a little nervous. It's my first time doing anything like media-wise.
Hey, you're the first person that's ever pulled up that was like, I'm hyped to be here. I've watched every episode, so I definitely appreciate that. This is a true fan of the show. He's definitely seen all of our shit, so he already knows what it is.
Yeah, I was excited when y'all were emceeing that Untitled show because it was just like really the first time Tulsa's collaborated like that because like I feel like Untitled's kind of just been doing their own stuff, and then so for them to finally work with like the media from Tulsa, or I guess
the way that came about was wild. We quite literally, I knew I was coming and hosting a costume contest, but we were hopping in the car.
That's all we had talked about with them.
We were on the way there.
We were just doing the costume contest.
We were on the way there, and we weren't even going to get there until the show started. And they're like, fucking Indigo called me and goes, you just want to MC the whole event? And I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it.
Bro, shout out to Indigo. Dude, Foster
bro's cool as fuck.
has given me so many opportunities, and I really appreciate everything that whole group has done for me. And they're kind of the ones who put me on, and kind of, because like I've been making music for like 5 years, and it wasn't until like this last like 6 months I've actually had like validation for it. So it feels weird, you know, being told like what you're doing is good because it wasn't good for a while, and so now that's like it's a good feeling, you know.
Well, to speak on that validation a little bit, I know this past weekend, this last Friday, you just opened for Riff Raff at the Vanguard. So, you know, speak on that a little bit. How did that come about?
So an artist that I work with a lot, and I actually manage, so I run like his social media and I mix and master all his music and make his videos, edit them and everything. Lil Dente, he's from, we went to school together, and so I kind of took him on because he wanted to make rap music, and so I was like, I kind of know, you know, the like way things go and stuff like that, and I kind of know how to do social media, so I helped him by doing that, and then eventually with the school, we did like a little school event at the Vanguard in May, and we did a whole like 25-minute set for him because he was like the popular rapper kid from the school. Yeah. And he's like popular because it's like so bad it's good, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not actually like some impressive music, it's just like stupid fun, you know, it's not like meant to, you know, make a movement or start like some new trend or anything like that. It's just like we're just making it for fun. And we did it at the Vanguard, and we actually thought the Vanguard fucking hated us because after the show we were in the green room and we decided to write our names on the wall, and then they were like telling my teacher to send us back there to paint over and shit, and then eventually like we couldn't like make our schedules work, so they just said forget about it, and we thought like they painted it up or something, but when we went to the green room to meet Riff Raff, our fucking names were still on the wall.
Hey, let's go.
So it was actually cool because Riff Raff was like,
legend.
He's like, what's your Instagram or whatever? And then we just pointed at the wall because our names were on the wall. And he was a cool fucking guy. He was super cool.
Riff Raff reminds me of a real gin motherfucker, man. I thought me and Riff Raff would be like close buddies, man.
He's like, because you know, like most rappers like put on the rapper voice and they like lean back and they're like trying to be cool, but Riff Raff knows he's just like a goofball. Like he's not there to be a serious rapper or be taken serious. Like he knows that he's more of an image than like a rapper, but he still has some bangers. Like I was having a really good time watching this set.
Yeah, I bet that shit was dope to just be right up there on it too and get to actually talk to him. And
yeah, it was interesting because the whole time because all the openers just stayed in the crowd until they went up, and he stayed in the green room. So we just got the free meet and greet pretty much, and so like after the show we went back there and talked to him, and but he had like this fucking big ass diamond ring on and shit. I was like, oh my god, this is like a
I seen that. What was that? He had like a glove on.
Yeah, he was like, dude, he had glow in the dark cornrows and shit. He's such a cool dude. But Yeah, so we did that show in May, and then I guess the Vanguard remembered us or something, and then they posted on their Instagram, like, who wants to open for Riff Raff, and so then that's when I had, shout out to everyone who commented on that shit. I just had everybody I know, like, spam the fuck out of it, just Mictacion. I had Verse, his Raps 101 teacher, comments on it, so we just had everybody commenting it, and then they reached out to him, and our rule was, like, whoever got the set would split it. So if I were to get selected and my name was on the poster, then I would have given him half the set, and then vice versa. And so his name was actually the one on the poster.
Yeah,
I've
seen that.
But we made it work. And then but the Vanguard was super cool. And shout out Anthony. Anthony's the guy, the manager, and I actually know him from work because he used to work in the restaurant next to mine. And so yeah, he's a cool guy. But yeah, that show was crazy. It was like the first time I had performed in front of people that I wasn't like familiar with at all. Besides Candy Manson and his little crew that came, they got kicked out.
Well, shit, to speak on Candy a little bit too, like what me and you and Jim were talking about before the show, the first time we had seen you was at the Untitled show.
Yeah. And
you were opening up over there, and you honestly killed that shit. Like, you got the whole energy of the room shifted where motherfuckers were kind of, getting hype and shit. So, how did that come about? Like you said, you work with the Untitled boys?
Yeah, so it was actually, it's interesting. I've worked with them since March. So in March, they did a show at LMA's in North Tulsa. They did a set they had a March Madness event, and they had it was a really good event, and they were had live instruments, and then everyone left, and then you see all these emo kids in the back push up, and they're all going fucking crazy for Kai and Candy Manson. And that was the first time I'd seen the Untitled guys, and I only knew of Kai because a few of my friends knew him from his girlfriend that they worked with. It was a weird ass connection. And then I made a little video for Candy, and Candy liked it, and he posted on his story, and then he mentioned something about doing a music video, and then they did a show at Wampa off of Charles Page, and I went there and I made a recap of the entire show for them and posted on my channel, and then that's when the actual connection happened, whenever I started working with them a bunch. And so then I did a few videos for Candy Manson, and then I did a couple more recaps for the Untitled guys. I did a video with Indy and Vic. And it was whenever I filmed their video for Vic and Foster. I just can't remember what the name of the song is.
I didn't even know you were making. I didn't know none of this. I didn't even know you were making videos like that.
Yeah, that's how I started off, because I didn't even tell them that I was rapping or anything. I was just making their videos and making their recaps because I just enjoyed what they were doing, and it was
that's
finally
dope.
Some originality from some of the city, because I feel like it's all kind of been one sound, and so it's nice to see these kids doing something different. And so when I was at their house editing a little a rough draft for their music video, and they started playing my music, and someone had made a joke about me opening up for them or performing with them or something like that, or giving me a set. And I was like, I have it ready if y'all want to do it. And then they were like, oh shit. And then a month later he texted me, and I was like, oh my fucking God. That was the best feeling in the world. And I guess now that I've already performed, I don't really give a fuck if people know this. Literally every single night I would go into my basement with this detached microphone with no cord and practice to fucking the air.
You could tell though, because your shit was hard as fuck.
I wanted to make sure because it's this is the only time I had a guaranteed performance, and it's they let me get more songs than the other openers, and I was like, I gotta make this count. So I was practicing fucking every night, and so I'm glad it went over well. It was really cool. My homie Ethan, shout out
in the
Ethan.
shark costume.
Bro, shark, I talk about that motherfucker all the time.
Ethan, open the fucking pit.
Bro, in our video, bro, you say Ethan opened the pit, and whoever was recording turned the camera. You see bro in his shark costume.
Yeah, just fucking telling everyone using his flippers. But yeah, he's actually, it's funny, that's an 18 plus event, but that kid is 15 years old.
Right.
I told you.
Every time I try to talk to him, he wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I used to stare at me. I'd be like, hey. He'd be like,
He's a little awkward guy. He's like my son because we like
He wasn't trying to blow his cover, bro.
we took him over. He's such a cool guy, and I've used him in my music videos. We have like a lore going around, like I'm like this tweaker chasing him around, trying to kidnap him and shit. I don't know if you saw the reel on my Instagram.
Hey, that's something I want to ask you about. We'll unpack that in a minute.
But yeah, I remember telling him, I was like, you need to be there because I'm gonna use you, and it felt good being able to just have fun because I feel like so many people when they do shows, at least from the ones I've seen, excluding the Untitled guys, are more focused about like how they look on stage, and I don't really give a fuck about how I looked. I just want the crowd to have a good time, and so that's why I was like, and I've had a lot of practice with the Lil Dente guy because we had done a lot of school shows and everything, and so.
God damn, you be screaming you smoke crack at the school show?
No, we were a little bit more subtle there, but
shit, fucking meth at the teacher's just like,
yeah.
I thought this was an anti-drug rally.
It's a dare program. It's the first line of this song.
Don't
smoking meth.
You don't want to be me, but. Shout out Mr. Torres. That's my band teacher. He's such a cool guy. But yeah, so I really got into contact with them through just making their videos and stuff, and making some edits for them. And if you go to my channel and just like if you go to like the search bar and then you look up Untitled, there's like 4 recaps that I've done. So it was just crazy because it's another point I wanted to make sure I made when I came on here was that people need to stop looking for so much financial compensation unless they're like already there. Like if you're like a Wallace, if you're a fucking Shot by King, if you're a like one of these music videographers or whatever from the town, and you're just like starting doing free videos and editing free videos is worth the sacrifice. Yes, exactly. Like I've made like 7 or 8 videos amongst all the Untitled guys for them, like full-length music videos, Instagram recaps, full-length recaps, and have never seen $1 in return. And it's because I don't ask for $1. Like I would rather have like the opportunity of doing the show and shit than that.
And it's crazy that you're speaking on that because that's like a conversation I'm having now because I'm actually working with Patchwork Studio now as their talent scout, and I'm telling them, I said, shit, this whole month we've been running nothing but free studio sessions to new artists. And we're not doing that because we're just good people. Well, we are good people, but we're doing that because, you know what I'm saying, we're getting as many people as we can in the new year. And now we've had crazy names come through. We just had BTDDD come through there. We've had SDO Bobo through there. Chip Kips in there every fucking day. Yeah. We're getting all these new faces in there and allowing those opportunities, but all that's doing is building our portfolio, giving that credibility, you know what I'm saying? Because before, you go to Patchwork Studio a month ago, only really names they got in there is some of the Untitled guys and most of the underground shit. Now we've already stepped into a new lane. We're like, all right, we're building some credibility in a portfolio, and especially when you're just starting, that's really smart to do. Because like with me and Nate, we were asking people to do fucking podcasts and they didn't even have a fucking episode. You know how hard it is to sell a podcast to somebody when you don't have episodes? Like, hey, we have a podcast. So like, shit, where's your episodes? Well,
we were hoping you would help.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now that we have fucking episode 19, 22 videos in total, we got something to show people like, hey, this is what we do, these are our people, and now people are interested. So I feel like that is a great point, especially if you're just starting. I'm not saying work for free once you have a name for yourself. Yeah. You got to establish a name for yourself and have shit to be like, all right, this is my work and this is what I'm worth.
Yeah, and if you're selling like a good product, you don't want to know, sell it for nothing. Like Dupree said, like Dupree pushed like not doing free shows and like getting your pay, and I agree with that, like, once you're settled. But I would do, like, if the Vanguard was like, well, we want you to open every show for free this year, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll take that shit in a heartbeat. Because it's just unlimited networking. And so, I would have, if it was in between me getting, like, $1,000 for the videos I've done for Untitled or getting that show, I would have taken that show any day. Because of that show, you know, you can't.
That just shows where your heart's at with the shit, though. Hey, and one of the funniest parts of the show is when you were performing that Learn to Listen, my cousin Wood, he pulled up and he was the dude with the ray gun.
Oh, yeah. Then I grabbed the fucking ray gun.
Whenever he was holding out the ray gun, that was my cousin Wood, bro. That shit had us dead.
That dude was really cool. He came on stage too at the end. He was a cool guy.
Yes, bro.
He tried to get me to take a shot, and I was like, oh, I don't fucking, I felt bad. I was like, I don't drink. And he was like, oh, it's okay. Take my ray gun instead. I was like, fuck yeah. That ray gun was sick, too. It was like an actual model. on some
Yeah, it was a
bullshit
fucking-
No,
plastic.
that shit was hard though. It was almost like it was.
It was
meant
a torch, like for a fucking
yeah, like a dab torch. It was hard though. It was almost like it was meant to happen because as soon as he handed it to you, you just start using it and
Oh,
shit,
God.
like in the performance.
That's what I feel like people. I feel like people should do that more often in like the Tulsa shows,
Be
like crowd
interactive with the
interaction.
crowd, yeah.
Like go get in the fucking crowd or something. Like whatever you got to do because
Open
people
that fucking pit.
Ethan,
Like-
open the fucking pit.
get a 15-year-old kid to come through and open up a fucking pit
Bro,
for
the
you.
shark
Ever since we
costume.
met, bro, we're like, we need a motherfucker that's dedicated for us. Like that
That's
motherfucker.
that's literally what I told Jin. Okay, so to speak on the video we were talking about. So in promotion for this Untitled show, you had posted a video on your Instagram, and it was like you were standing outside a shed at night, like breathing all heavy into the camera, and then you go in the shed. And bro's in there tied up, and you're like, fucking tell him that shit I said, pussy. He's like, come to the Untitled show.
Bro, I had a
Dude.
15-year-old tied up in a fucking shed.
No, the first time I watched that shit, I sent it to Jen. It was like the next day after that show. And I was like, we need a motherfucker that's down for us like
Oh,
this.
God.
So,
Dude, Ethan
how
is
did
so
you come
funny.
up with the idea for that video?
The kidnapping one.
Yes.
So me and him in Learn to Listen, in the music video that I made for that, he was the one filming. He's filmed like 4 of my music videos for me because I don't really care about like some high quality like camera or whatever. I just like give him my camcorder and then we make it happen. But I was like, you want to make a cameo? And so it started from that one, and then, like the beginning of the video is me like chasing him shirtless on Harvard, and he's like he's like fucking running away from me. And so it just kind of stems from that, and then in like 2 other music videos.
This kid's parents seen this shit?
Yeah, it's actually fucked up because his mom's like completely fine with it. But he's a cool guy, and I work with him too. I got him a job at the restaurant I work at.
Bro, I'm just bro, Nick, because Harvard, that's where I used to live.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised these motherfuckers didn't get stopped by the cops or some shit.
Hell no, motherfuckers be smoking crack out
Yeah,
there,
they don't
bro.
give a
Literally.
fuck.
Fucking Mictacion has bro tied up on the sidewalk. Bro has no shirt on. He's dragging him back to the car.
Dude, he's such a cool guy, man. And it's funny because every other 15-year-old is like too worried about being cool and shit, and he just wants to have fun and like be like funny, and I think it makes him look way cooler by like doing that shit. And so the lore pretty much has been me like chasing him down. So if you watch like a few of my recent music videos, it's like it all starts or ends with me chasing him, and then I was like, I gotta bring this to a conclusion. And so, dude, there's actually I have
Bro,
some
this is
crazy.
so much better. I didn't know this part of it. Bro.
I got some crazy storylines coming up about this too. It's just like open up a whole fucking door of ideas. But I was like, for the promotion, I've got to finally catch you, because this is like whenever I went to film the music video for Indy and Vic, they kept talking about how like they were wondering how the fuck I got this kid to do that. And I was like, some ice cream. I just bought him a fucking sundae from Brahms, and he was like, I'm down. And so yeah, in the next video I plan on expanding on that, because I went out of the country recently. So if
I've seen that.
So it's like kind of like a kill the fucker and then flee the country. Type.
Okay,
But I'm not gonna get too involved in. Or I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I want to leave that for the video.
When you know, you'll know.
It'll come out soon. I'm trying to make a song for it that goes well with the footage, but
So
yeah.
I seen you recently went to Europe. What was that all about? Were you just going for vacation, or were you going over there to do music stuff? Or
I wish I was going around there doing music shit, but a friend of mine, Harry, aka Big Motherfucking Boss, aka Goldie Glocks, aka Slicky Shark. He's like a recurring character in my music.
hey, bro, got like 4 names.
Yeah, literally. He's a cool guy, sorta. But we went to Scotland and Amsterdam. Because he's got like his parents are fucking loaded, and they're like, if you buy the plane ticket, you can like stay in the hotels and shit. I was like, that's a fair deal.
That's a good deal.
So I paid for it, and I went, and I used it. And I got a lot of footage on this little camera. I got like some like found footage kind of footage, and but yeah, it was a cool experience, and it really like opened my eyes up to like really see like the world is bigger than it is. And what made me like, I was like, damn. Imagine touring the world, like these fucking 14-hour flights and shit. Like, imagine doing that for like a world tour and then having to perform for 2 hours straight on. I was like, God damn. It's like, should I give up? Should I just fucking hang up the boots?
When you say found footage, are you talking like the movie? Have you ever seen like the movie VHS?
Yeah, or like the Blair Witch Project kind of thing.
So something like that.
Yeah, I want it to be like. I really want to expand on that. And at first I wasn't really trying to make all my music about like doing hard drugs and shit, but it went over really well. So I was like, maybe I should keep up the character because people are liking it. And it was really the Untitled guys that were like, they liked it, and I was like, damn, I guess it is a good character. But it didn't really settle with me until I went to Coach's house. I went to the Dear Lover house, and I was buying.
Hey, shout out Dear Lover.
I was buying some denim jeans, and he was like, yo, you do the videos for them? I was like, yeah. And he was like, show me it. And then I showed him it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna open up for them. He's like, you make music? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what's your best song? And I was like, ooh. And I told him what I thought my best song was, and then he looked it up and he played it. He was like, what the fuck? And I was like, damn, that really gave me some confidence. And so and then he played this song. I don't even know what the fucking song is called. It's a song I made.
Was it off their new album, the 444 Nights?
Yeah, it was like something.
Loose Tooth or Air 220.
I think it was Loose Tooth.
Face Plant.
It was one. It was like more of a boom bop type of beat. And
they got hella bops.
They made like 20. They like fucking. He said they like 30 songs or something that they made all in like the span of like a couple days. And then I was like, yeah, listen to this one. And it was my song called Rehab Won't Help. And it was like a bar in it. And he was like, damn, you hear this, Starkey? And Starkey was like, this is you. And I was like, damn, that was kind of like the turning point where I was like, maybe the music I'm making isn't bad. And maybe I should keep up the tweaker persona or whatever. And so, yeah, so that's kind of... Well, I've kept to it, but I want to make more music that's like less tweaker-ish. but it goes over
tweaker
too well.
rapper, bro.
Yeah, I think that's, and what he said that really stuck with me was that it's marketable. And I was like, damn, that's kind of true. Like,
bro, in your next music video, you just gotta be like taking apart home appliances,
go sawing off,
and like have somebody outside with like the vacuum, like vacuuming your front yard or some shit.
No, a shot where you're fucking under a car trying to cut the
catalytic converter off. Yeah, dude, I would fucking. If someone wants me to come through and cut off their catalytic converter for a video,
does anyone have like some tweaker family members?
Yeah.
That he could come shoot a music video.
Maybe I should just do a video. I just actually shoot up heroin.
Okay. Does anybody actually want to smoke meth live with a video?
Make another recap.
Fucking video recap.
Yeah. Bro, the video's like you go to like a rehab facility and bust a couple people out.
Yeah. Make a fucking little army. These tweakers. That's what I want the fan base to be. I want like people to.
Oh fuck.
Like not like I don't condone like doing drugs or anything, but it would be like it is. Nothing's funnier in the fucking world to me than a crowd of people cheering me on when I'm like, who likes crack? And then they fucking scream. I'm like, oh my god.
You just need to go down to the methadone clinic. That'd be the easiest crowd to please.
They actually like crack down there.
We do.
Or go to Archer.
They're going to jail for inciting a riot.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm really surprised that it went over so well, because I really expected, like, there's so many people like from the town, like including myself, whose lives have been like impacted by like people doing fucking hard drugs.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
we live in the capital,
and
man.
Tweaker Tulsa. I mean, like, it's just like it's really bad out here, and like I thought everyone would hear me saying that shit and be like, "What the fuck?" But I think it's so obvious that I'm not actually smoking meth out the pizzle. That's what I'm saying. If the music's good, then the music's good. You know, who cares? But
all I know is Ethan gonna get fucking tied up in Nate's garage and promote this pod.
Dude, I could, if you give him ice cream, bro, do anything.
Bro, I need you to go fucking part time on Ethan, lend him to us half the time.
Dude, that's so funny.
Jen comes over one day, bro's out there fucking sleeping in my garage, bro.
Your house slave. Bro is so funny too, like, because I met him. Because I started calling him the Kid Leroy. I actually call him like.
Hey, he does look like the Kid Leroy.
He looks just like the fucking Kid Leroy, and so that's how we kind of met him. We like indoctrinated him into our friend group at school.
Nah, bro, I gotta see who he looks like.
And we were we were just like kind of messing with him, and he was kind of like the punching bag, you know, because he's like the freshman, and we're all like juniors, seniors, and then I got him a job and stuff, and then we became like closer, and he started playing the drums and shit, and I was helping him learn the drums, and it was just like it dawned on me that he's just not like other kids. Like he's sort of like me in that time. Like whenever I was like, who is it?
Bro, stop.
He looks just
Like Lil Mace.
he looks just
Bro.
like that motherfucker.
I don't think he could live up to Lil Mace. Lil Mace is a legend. But when I was a freshman, I was like making shitty music and just like having fun, and like, you know, surprisingly, I was still talking about doing drugs back then, but not like not to the extent I am now. But
He said I was actually doing it back then.
but I was like, I saw myself in him, and I was like, imagine if he had like a good role model. Like my role models were like pieces of shit who like ended up being like fucking super seniors, and so him being like having a good role model was like important to me, and so I kind of took him on. Same thing with the Dente dude. I wanted to make sure.
I wish when I was a freshman, someone chased me down Harvard, man.
Made you take your shirt off.
I think that's what I
Now that
needed.
you put it like that, I'm like,
That's what I needed growing up, is to get tied up in the shit.
Yeah.
From my first
dude, I'm just glad his mom's cool with it. Because if his mom wasn't, I don't know.
Say that shit I told you to say, pussy.
Get a cease and desist. Dude, I was so fucking. That video was like. It literally dawned on me like 3 days before I did it. I was like, I need to do some promotion for this show.
That shit was crazy.
You know, the main goal was I wanted the show to highlight that what I was doing wasn't like, I wasn't doing it to be like cool or whatever. I was just doing it because I enjoy making the music. And that's what I went to, that's why I like Waylon so much. Waylon.
Shout out my brother Waylon.
Shout out Waylon. Shout out Patchwork.
Shout out to my guys at Patchwork, gang shit.
And I went to Patchwork one time, and I was just like, because even if you're going there and you make the worst song you've ever made in your entire life, you're at least working with the producers. You're going and you're talking to them, and we actually spent more time talking about events and the future of Patchwork and stuff than we did making the shitty ass song I made. And like I was, you know, just like sitting there, and we were just having fun, like laughing, talking about smoking meth and shit, and I was like, he was like, I need to get us on a song with you. And I was like, only if you smoke meth. And he's like, shit, I'll talk about selling meth. And I was like, okay, you wanna? But he's a super cool dude, and him as well. He's just like a great network resource, and he's been doing everything as well, which I appreciate, because I feel like something I kind of regret, but also don't regret, because I got my foot in the door, was like I've tried so hard to be this like jack of all trades, and like I've done everything. Like I've done the social media managing, I run a fan page, I do like all this shit for like every category, every avenue of music, and it's kind of just where I'm like kind of good at multiple things instead of really good at one thing. And so I'm trying to finish all these videos I have now, so that I can just fully focus on music, and I want to make like a really solid EP that's like, and I want to make videos with like, I want to make a video or a song that King could make a video for, or Wallace, and then just use those as my networking opportunities, because I feel like if I don't work with the town's not going to work with me. So
Yeah, but the biggest thing about Austin,
Yeah, to an extent, for sure.
the thing about Austin and King, though, this is some advice I'll give you, and this is just someone who's been doing this shit for fucking a long time. I feel like Austin and King would do a good videos for you, but I don't think they're doing the type of video you're looking for.
See, that's the thing. That's why I want to.
That is true.
But I can make a song that they could make a video for. Like I want to be, like I want to be like the fucking, like the picture perfect boy for a label to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like because if I can do every single thing and be as marketable as possible, like I can have the original image as a fucking tweaker, and then I can be, you know, doing every type of music. And that's why, like at the show, I wanted to do my slow music and my turn up music. And so I think that's why it has gone over well too with the Untitled guys, because they, you know, they're not just listening to like turn up music, they're listening to a lot of slower stuff, and they can appreciate both sides. And so that I brought both sides, they're like, damn, I fuck with that. And so it really is because of them that I'm like getting all these opportunities and stuff, and then wanting to work with me as much as they did.
Yeah, I was really close to putting you on my show on the 9th, but then just the two names I had locked in, I was like, fuck, we're gonna have like a fucking mixed crowd in this bitch.
Yeah.
And then when I was gonna hit you, they're like, everybody was like, nah, it has to be 18 plus. And then everybody was like, it has to be 21 plus.
Oh,
and so then I
damn.
had to drop 3 more people off, and then we changed it back to 18. And now I'm just sitting here with 4 artists. I'm like, fuck it, this is what we're doing. This is where the fuck we're at.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would go over well at a Bobo show. You know?
Bro, motherfuckers.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
They'd be like, "What you say about meth?" But I feel like if I'm not claiming, like,
Man,
I
it's
feel
that
like,
white people shit.
So I got a question. So like, where like, who are some of your favorite music artists? Where do you gain some of the inspiration for your music?
you know, I got a weird setup, or a weird, list, because I listen to so much different music. But I think number one, like my most listened to artist, my like most like the you can listen to my music and tell like I listen to that artist is Yeet.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of Yeet, just because I think Yeet is like. He's doing he's like taking the Cardi wave of a whole lot of red and all this stuff, and he's taking this wave, but he's making his own sound, and he's like using original like mixes on his ad libs and stuff, and so it's really re-listenable, and it's a new fresh sound in comparison to some of the other like mainstream, and then there's like oddly enough there's like Justin Bieber up there. Yeah, I know it's a weird one, but I actually really fuck with Justin Bieber, just because I think he's such a.
Are we talking like Justin Bieber, fucking
Like 2009, fucking guitar and hoodie outside of like One Less Lonely Girl, Justin Bieber. As weird as that is,
when bro had the Bieber do, and it was
Yeah,
like
when
Bieber fever.
when he had the fucking bowl cut.
Mictacion has Bieber fever.
Yeah, it's official. But and then I got underneath that Peep. I saw on the podcast with
I had Peep Top 5.
with Teehee. You had Peep Top 5, and I thought that was interesting.
It was with Jediah. It was with Jediah.
Oh, it was with
Yeah.
and I was like, finally. I think Peep is.
I had Tyler in my top 5 too, and a bunch of people have asked me about that since.
Really?
then, yeah.
I think Tyler is a respectable top 5. But I think it's cool that you guys have, because I know Jen does not have fucking Peep in his top 5. You know, it's good that you
I
guys
have fucking
have.
Peep tattooed on me. Fuck him.
Really?
Yeah, he does have a Peep tattoo.
We have matching Peep. We have the matching love tattoo.
Say what?
Yeah, he has it on his shin. And I have it right here.
Now Jen likes some Peep. Jen likes some Peep songs.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking.
Maybe I'm wrong.
What's that one song? Bother me, tell me awful things.
And then I think I like a lot of Tool, like the rock band.
I know Tool.
Tool is. I like Tool because they're just so ridiculous, like fucking outlandish ass drums, and their guitar riffs are always like crazy, and their bass lines are so.
I
Like,
can appreciate that though.
diverse.
That just means you actually like music though, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. You can ask Jen. I don't listen to any one type of thing. I literally listen to every single genre of music, so I can
See.
completely understand that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the type of person who I don't want to listen to a specific, one thing.
I can't do it every day. I gotta listen to different shit.
I listen to just whatever I think sounds good. Like I don't listen to every Justin Bieber song, but there's some Justin Bieber songs I'm like, that shit. That shit's hard.
I don't know if I can endorse that one. No, but
But-
like Bobo was my number 1 played artist on Apple Music this year. But when me and Jim were just in the car earlier, I was playing some Mictacion. So that just shows
damn.
you the diversity of people I listen to.
Yeah, I think, and y'all, watching y'all's podcast is like the mixture of your guys' podcast and a lot of come through. Like I've watched all the come through face to faces and the and I've watched King Spencer's interview since
Shit, next weekend you
2020.
watch Come Through and Weekend Warriors at the same time
Bitch.
You heard it here.
on Souls.
And just like the mixture of all this media coming out, it's like really put me on to a lot of artists. So I would put I'd probably put Candy in on my number 5. Candy
Okay.
Manson, I wasn't really confident in what I was doing, like with the punching in and stuff, because I don't write anything. I just punch in everything, and seeing him do it, and and his and how he does his ad libs, I was like, if this is a person from my town doing this music, and this is the music I want to make, and it's a good sound, and I enjoy it, then I know it's
You
possible
gotta
for
see
myself
it to
to
believe
do
it. Exactly. You see him doing it.
And I'm working with him. I made like 3 of his music videos, and he's such a down to earth dude, and he's like willing to tell me anything I need to know.
I think that's what it takes, though. And I think, that's what's going to get everybody to the point where we want to be is people seeing it and believing it. Like
Yeah.
people seeing us do a podcast, they're like, oh shit, they're doing a podcast. Like we can do a podcast too, you know?
For real.
And every people in every different aspect of life, you know, doing their shit, it's all going to accumulatively build us up together, you know? The more people that are going to music events and filming content like the shit that you were talking about, that's only more content for people to put out there for us to grow what we got going on. So I think that's what it's going to take.
So yeah, that's why I tell everyone. Like I've known a few people who are, you know, in the early scenes of, you know, or the early, you know, beginnings of their career, and they don't know where to go. And it's just like, what I tell everyone is, if you're trying to get started, go to as many music events as possible. Compliment people. Like, don't be afraid. Like, it's okay to go up to an artist and be like, you did a really good job. I really like your music. You're not like, people aren't going to instantly look at you and be like, oh, you're a fan. Oh, you're a meat writer. Like, just embrace if you like,
you like the
content.
Like, that's how we met Dupree.
Well, shit. Like when we were on Untitled show, I'd never talked to you before. I didn't know who you were, and you were one of the first people that walked up to me when I got in there and was like, hey, bro, I fucking love y'all's show. Like, I watch every single episode.
Because I do.
But from that moment on, I've always fucked with you and showed you genuine love because you came up to me and extended that hand out first, you know what I'm saying, and showed me love. So I'm the same way. Anybody that, you know, is trying to actually do some shit out here and, you know, shows love to us, I'll always show love back to them, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't realize is, like, Tulsa really is a pat my back, I'll pat your back town. Like, you don't have to. People will say they are only doing shows for money, but if you give them a good opportunity as for a show that has like a promising audience, they'll do it for free. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to do next. Is I want to, as my next big move, is to I want to host a show, and I want to do it for free.
Tap in with us at the shop, man.
There you go, right there.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing there. Tap in.
I will do.
Listen,
especially at the beginning of the year. Once we get our one show at the beginning of the year done, we'll be open.
Listen, we'll get a big ass bus. We'll go down to the methadone clinic. I'll pick up all the fucking tweakers, bro. I'll bring them all there. Be like, look, we got the real shit.
Free needles for everyone.
Be like, look, I got the real shit. I'm taking y'all back there right now. They're gonna pull up.
They probably go crazy there. They probably have the time of their life. That's what I think is so funny, because like, I'm probably one of the only people who makes music like and is doing shows right now that's like completely like sober. Like, I don't do drugs or anything. I think it's funny because it's like, you listen to my music and it's like literally the complete opposite of that, and it's like, damn, like, because when I used to make music, I used to just be like cap connoisseur. Like, I was just like capping, like to cap, like cap rap, proper like lying and shit, like claiming shit that's not true. And then I was like, maybe if I just make it a little more obvious that I'm lying, it'll go over well. And as soon as I did it, it went well. And it feels like everything I've done has just been like manifested and shit. Like, and weirdly enough, I don't know if people would like assume this, but it was like I started praying, and then things started working, which is kind of weird. And I'm not necessarily like a religious person or a Christian or anything. But
like more like spiritual.
As soon as I started being more optimistic about things and just believing myself, like opportunities started coming. And I guess hard work as well, but really just like manifesting everything. Like, I remember I was on my trampoline one night, just like chilling out there, laying down, listening to. It was when I released the this album I made, which was like a YouTube exclusive. And I was listening to it, and then I was like, damn, I should pray. And I prayed, and I was like, all I want is a show. And then 4 months later, I got the Untitled show. And like the next month is when I got in touch with Untitled and everything. And so it's just like, it's sort of weird that happened. And so,
as the adage goes, though, you have to meet God in the middle, though, and you were working for it yourself on your own end. You know what I'm saying? You got to work for your prayers in order for your prayers to work for you, and that's what you were doing. So
right. And I think, like, you wouldn't listen to my music and like see me as a person and like be like, oh, he's probably praying and shit. But I think just being tapped into, you know, optimism and, you know, and like, you know, just trying to be the best person you can is how you get that, you know, what you want back. And I don't know, praying has helped me, it's just been weird coincidences. Actually, weird story. When I filmed the very first music video I ever filmed for Candy Manson, I had used 2 cameras, and so I was using an SD card where I could put a micro SD inside of it, inside of like a bigger one to fit into the other camera. And so I had the micro SD, but I didn't have the big one, and I needed the big one to convert the videos. And so I was like, I couldn't find it. I was lost. It was somewhere in my car, and I could have sworn it was in this place in my car. And then I was like, fuck, I can't find it. And so I sat down before I was about to freak out because I just did this video. It's like the biggest opportunity I've had with a Tulsa rapper. And I sat down. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pray. And I prayed, and I like had like a weird, vivid flashback to when I had put it in my pocket. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, if it's in my pocket, in my pants, in the house, I was like, shit, this shit's crazy. I went, it was in my fucking pocket. I was like, what the fuck?
God confirmed.
I was like, Jesus Christ, literally. But I was like, God damn. And then I was like, maybe I should have a little bit more faith in the universe and everything. So yeah, that's kind of when things took off, is whenever I started doing that.
Now that's dope though, because like you said, I don't think you necessarily have to be an extremely religious person or follow a certain religion or anything like that. If you're, trying to do the right things and praying and, talking to God, and you have your own spiritual relationship, I think that's all you need in order for you to get that positive karma and for things to, work in your favor and stuff. Because like you said, you're just speaking good things into fruition. You're putting positive energy out there. You're
right.
You're putting your worries on God, and things are working out for you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, me and Nate had this conversation before, like a long time ago. It's like, you gotta believe in something, you're gonna live for nothing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is you believe, whatever it is, you gotta believe in something. You're just living for nothing.
Or if it's even yourself, like I'd rather be like a delusional person who believes in myself my whole life than just to be like some cubicle worker who is doing like a job because they don't believe in anything and they just believe in like making money and dying, working and shit.
You want to live for something bigger.
Yeah, I want to like I that's why I like the whole music thing, because people are trying to like actually make movements and stuff like that. Like that's why I really have been attached to the Entitled guys, and why I've wanted to work with them so much is because they aren't doing what the town's been doing for so long. Like, I'm from Irving.
I fuck with their shit.
Like the Irving neighborhood, right across the street from where Huncho's from, and my whole life I grew up like thinking there's no rap scene around it, but it's just about my neighborhood. My neighborhood, like there's no fucking rappers from Irving. Yeah. And then you got right across the street in Gilcrease Hills, you got the fucking biggest rapper in Tulsa right now, besides like June or something. And so it's like, damn, this really is a small world, and this really is possible. Like this is a neighbor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is something I try to explain to everybody. No matter how popping somebody is in town, you gotta remember, we're all fucking from Tulsa.
Yeah, literally.
And this is something I have to explain to a lot of people, because a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Oh my god, bro!" I'm like, "Bro, you can catch me at fucking Walmart.
Oh god,
I'm a normal fucking person. Like I'll be at Patchwork, and some people will come in and come record. I'm up there fucking every day doing shit, getting ready for the show. I was up there yesterday, and fucking Vic came through yesterday.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm just
He's
up
so
there.
cool.
I'm up there every single day, like, and people come through like, "Oh my god, I love your shit," blah 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 blah. I'm like, when June was popping, I sent Nate a picture of this motherfucker. June was getting 1 million on YouTube and was fucking a Geek Squad at Best Buy. You gotta remember, no matter how popular you are in the town, they still live here. They're still just regular motherfuckers.
Even Ziaz, dude. Like
Ziaz was at GTG, my homie Sean's Thanksgiving. Bro ate 3 plates at my homie Sean's Thanksgiving.
Bro, I've seen Ziaz at fucking Best Buy in the gym and shit. He's just like a normal dude, and I think that's what people need to realize more is like, you shouldn't be so afraid to try to reach out to these people, because these people understand. Like
especially
everyone
Ziaz.
from Tulsa understands everyone.
Ziaz pulled up to my homie Sean's birthday. We texted him, and he pulled up like 4 a.m. when we were like 16. And then, like I said, bro was just at my homie Sean's parents' house for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Bro ate like 3 plates.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's
bro.
fucking huge, dude. He's intimidating as fuck. I remember I saw him at Best Buy, and I was like, Ziaz? And he was like, "What's up?" And then he walked off, and I was like, I don't want to go back over there. Piss him off.
Shit.
He's like trying to buy a camera or something.
So just kind of wrap things up, is there anything you want to plug? Do you have any dates coming up as far as shows? Is there, any music projects you plan on dropping soon?
No, when it comes to shows, I want to do as many shows as I possibly can. I want to do more shows, and so I want to, and I know like you can't. Like, I'm not gonna get handouts or anything. So I'm hoping for next May. I want to get some sort of venue that'll work. I want to pay them a front, however much they want to run the show, and then have free entry, and then have as many artists as I can that are underrated or whatever perform, and then have a little set there. But until then, if someone wants to give me a show, I'll do a show.
Hey, you heard it here. Tap in Mictacion on Instagram.
I want to release. I want to make a video with some of this footage I got in Europe, and so I'm working on some slower things, some more melodic, singing style songs. And
are we gonna see Ethan die soon?
No, what you need? No, you need to start it. You know, it'd be funny if you play that Instagram reel before the video where it's like, say a pussy, and then that video ends, and it just fast forwards you closing the door. It's just him in there, and that's how he breaks out. He breaks out right after. The video.
Great minds really do think alike. Cause
you'll see it soon.
It's a rough trip.
Hey.
I need a fucking cameo. I need a cameo when I'm like driving and bros run on the side of the road and I pick him up or something.
Okay. He's hitchhiking and shit.
I'll be like, weren't you that little guy in the shark costume? Get in the car. Get in the car.
Ethan, get in the fucking car.
Ethan, get in the fucking car.
Oh, shit. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with us today, bro. I appreciate you giving us your time.
Thank you.
It was definitely a good conversation. You'll definitely be seeing him again soon. Mictacion, episode 19 of the Weekend Warriors.
Let me set the record straight. It's technically pronounced Mictacion.
Okay.
It's a stupid ass name, so I don't blame you for.
Man, you even told me that at the show, so I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay, but it's like like even fucking Untitled guys still call me Mictacion and shit. So I don't blame you, but.
Bro, they told me your name 4 times before I stood on the mic.
Mictacion, episode 19 of the Weekend Warriors.
I got 3 words. Who likes crack?
Me.
I've been trapping all day, couldn't get away from my dope scale. I'm a coast on a road runner, you got no bells. More money, I need more sales. Make it hell, make it rain shells. I'm a trap